Hello there. Well, that didn't work. I tried to show a picture of my brother that he sent me on the phone, and you really couldn't see his phone number on the screen, but I tried to block it out with my fingers, and you just have to be careful on the internet. So, it was only half an hour video, but yeah, I don't really feel like doing another one, but might as well. Um, the reason why I did that video that failed was because my pulse was like 98. I'm just laying here in bed. It's 1:13 in the afternoon now, and oh, say about 12:15 or so, I take my pulse and it's 98. And I found out that this thing is indeed accurate, which why I didn't think of this before is because I'm not the sharpest penny in the drawer. Is I just checked the pulse there and then took it manually, and I'm like, oh, that thing's spot on. So it works really good, which it's a pretty nice watch. I just got it used, have a repackaged sale off of Amazon for $23. That doesn't mean it's a bad watch or it's a cheap watch. It just means that they come out with the next series of watch. So it's old hat. It's like last year's model. But yeah, it seems to work pretty good as far as taking my pulse. My pulse rate is back down to normal now in the low 70s, which is my resting heart rate, at least when I'm on blood pressure medication. Because that's what I did. I was like, man, my pulse was crazy high, and I took metoprolol and 2.5 milligrams of Valium. And I had no problems picking up my Valium script yesterday, so that means my tally was 53 pills left over from a bottle of 90. It was 55 pills left over, so lost two. Uh, it was 55 left over from the last month, so yeah, I did two pills worse, which is a lot better than what I was expecting, as I said, because I was expecting, it just seemed like I took a lot. I don't keep track anymore. It seems to work better that way. I don't know why. Like I said, I used to write everything down. I don't write everything down anymore, and that seemed to do better. Just, playing it by ear and taking it when I feel like I need it. Um, anyways, uh, what I was saying in the other video was it's a little bit of a catch 22, but in order to change your brain chemistry, you have to change your behavior. But the way my brain chemistry is set up right now, I don't want to do anything, especially dealing with pop up messages on my computer. Whatever's going on there, I don't want to deal with that. But, anyways, you're not going to ruin my video. I'm not doing a third one, whatever that's about. It's a weird message that's hanging around on the screen. It's going to take my chances. So, anyways, the idea is um, your brain is set up a certain way to where you're like, blah, I don't want to do anything. But then if you can will yourself to do stuff, it'll change your brain chemistry and put you in, it not only puts you in a better mood, it makes you more likely to want to do stuff and to want to try stuff. All I'm trying to do is work on like doing basic stuff. And I should have called my cardiologist today, but I just didn't want to. I have a phone call where they're gonna call me, so I don't have to pick up the phone. And it's my new psych person is gonna call me for a tele appointment on Monday, and I'll just try to get to know them. It's a new person, so um, so yeah, I have to get up. I've been getting up early, but I don't eat and I don't move. I just want to lay there and be in as little pain as possible. I don't want to get up and move. And then like, eh, if you get up at 6 or 7 in the morning, you shouldn't eat breakfast afternoon, probably. So I'm gonna have to just start, you know, getting out of bed. I like to just lay there, drink coffee, and write or read on the computer, and that's all. You know, um, but I have to further change my routine apparently. Get moving earlier in the day. Even though the last 2 days I lifted weights and um, I had a little bit of pain the first day, and so I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning when I had my alarm set for 7, and then the next day was basically most of the day me trying to stay awake. But I lifted weights, did a little more. The second day, I'm still not sore. I should be an expert at it at my age by now. So I was very surprised that I made myself sore with my first attempt, because I'm very careful and I know what I'm doing. I mean, I was taught by experts. I was taught, in physical therapy rooms, all about exercise and how to do it. And plus, I've been doing it for mm, almost 40 years. I've been lifting weights for almost 40 years, so kind of kind of know what I'm doing. I still managed to make myself sore, and I'm not doing that this time. So I started out real slow, and then I did a little bit more yesterday and incorporated some stomach crunches and some non-weights type exercises. But that's the idea: is to work on the basic stuff, get up at a regular hour, go to the bathroom more often, move around, and get exercise, and work on my heart, my uh, respiration, because I was like short of wind and wheezing and stuff this morning. That's not good. And like I said, my heart rate was way up high for no reason, and that could be passive anxiety, which happens to people. It's like if you're too passive, you're gonna have passive anxiety. There's nothing that makes you more anxious than it sitting around doing nothing. Oh well, grizzly bears probably make people more anxious. Guys with long pointy knives or guns. Uh, Dinners, family dinners, stuff like that would probably make you more anxious. But overall, they say that people that are passive have the most stress because they feel like they have less control over their own existence and are at the mercy of the whims of fate and or mankind in general. You know, so um, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is making phone calls, getting on top of my physical situation, and I don't have a current primary caregiver, a regular doctor. I'm not making calls to my cardiologist, and not making calls to anybody, and you know. So my idea is to get in a better frame of mind to make those calls and to sort of jump back on the horse by doing basic stuff like moving around more, getting more exercise, sleeping regular hours, you know, basic human type stuff. Because it's a fact that if you can change your behavior, you can change your brain chemistry. The problem is the brain chemistry thing is makes you want to not do anything. It's like, how they say objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Flip it around. Objects that stay still tend to want to stay still. Inertia. And yeah, especially if you don't really have a whole lot of incentive to move because it hurts to move. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep this short because the other video was short, and I really do have to get moving because it's already 1:30 in the afternoon, and I haven't even really eaten breakfast. I ate a brownie and a piece of string cheese because brownies go good with coffee, and because string cheese you can unthaw it quickly. Both of those things you can unthaw quickly, and when I get my this is my food day, when I get my weekly shipments from Global Meals, everything comes frozen. So, of course I can't leave my food in the hallway. I have to, whether I want to get out of bed and get moving, or not, I have to get the food out of the hallway and, find a place to put it in the refrigerator and freezer. Because they do send you a little bag of refrigeratable stuff and then 2 boxes of frozen food that are like, I don't know, like that or so. And so, yeah, I got to get moving, and I'll check in when I got, you know, well, I'm not as pushed for time when my schedule wasn't so loaded. When I can spend more time chatting with you. So, um, but yeah, I'm making an effort the last couple of days, and I intend to keep lifting weights. I'm not going to let my heart deter me because it's not going to get any better with me just laying around. I mean, the weird thing, I my resting heart rate here was in the high 90s, and then like when I was lifting weights, I felt like I was not necessarily pushing it, but I felt like, okay, I got my heart kicking really good now. I wonder how high it is. It was 110. So, there's only a 12 beats per minute difference between laying there doing nothing to being in the middle of throwing around weights. That don't make any sense. And I'm doing circuit training, which it just means you don't rest in between. I'm using light weight, so there's no reason for me to rest in between the reps, or the sets rather. Yeah, you don't want to rest between reps. 1, 2. You want to rest between sets of 10. And yeah, unfortunately, I still don't feel like doing anything. But it takes a while. It takes a while to get to, like I said, to change that brain chemistry. But it is possible. And if you're stuck in a rut of some kind, try it. It's harder than hell, you know. But yeah, try it. It actually does work, and you can actually do it. The problem is, like I said, is it's like rolling a ball uphill, you know. But it's not Sisyphean. It's not the Sisyphus guy where you roll it uphill and it just rolls back down. You can actually roll it uphill, and then, hey, I'm at the top of the hill. I feel better about things. It's like you get a different vantage point. You start looking around, and you're like, hey, man, things aren't quite as bad from up here as for when I was laying down there at the bottom of the hill doing nothing. And that is kind of what I'm aiming for. And hopefully my cardiologist won't hold it against me that I haven't canceled my appointment for the second time and I haven't called them in 3 weeks. But if they do, I can go to a primary caregiver, and they'll just be like, yeah, we can um, write you your scripts for your Xarelto and your blood thinners, which is a blood thinner, and whatever else they got me on, metoprolol. And but yeah, you got to get yourself a cardiologist because we're not cardiologists. And yeah, but yeah, you also feel better about yourself if you're making an effort, even if it just feels pathetic. A lot of times, I mean, for me to be throwing around 10-pound dumbbells, they might as well be pink. I don't mean to be sexist or anything like that, but they might as well be pink. I mean, that's ridiculous for me to be lifting that much in dumbbells. Yeah, especially considering what I could do at one point, but that's where I'm at right now. As far as like these pink 10-pound dumbbells hurted my arm. Owie. That's where I'm at right now. That's what lethargy and depression will get you. It'll turn you into a puddle of goo. And yeah, trying to pour myself into a different mold, both physically and mentally. So I will go do that now, and I'll start the download or the upload on this video before I go cook. I'm going to cook some oatmeal. And after that, I'm going to try walking for the first time in a very long time. So that should be interesting. Yeah, yeah, that should be fun. Um, we'll see how I feel afterwards. That also should be fun. It's like how much pain will I be in? Uh, but I'm not going to. One thing at a time. Get off of here. Always difficult for me to do. That means going back to my shitty life and reality, and upload the video, and then get up and cook and try to not step on the cat. Which he likes to lay around the stove, so that's why I threw that in there. Anyways, goodbye until next time, and yeah, good luck and good fortune and all that stuff. Goodbye.